This is the real-life adventures of 3 boys, 3 girls in 4 countries.
Working with the orphans in Romania,
the railways of India,
sheep farming in Iceland,
cotton picking in Louisiana.
This is Trex too.
It's finally here, the last destination. The travelling is nearly over, but the work here is just about to begin. Louisiana is in America's deep south and is the picturesque setting for some hard work. The team are staying in an old bunkhouse usually occupied by Mexican workers, but this year new workers are helping out. Inmates from the local prison.
We're in America.
We're in Louisiana. We're on the plantation. We're in the what house? The bunker house.
Yeah.
Where Mexican workers usually stay to work on the plantation, picking cotton and stuff. But they've got inmates from prison.
We've gone from living with families like in comfort and like having all your washing done and food cooked for you to just the 6 of us in this one big place.
The majority of everything has a little stain on it. Well, I won't say what's on this. It's rather disgusting. Pretty clean, as you can see. Don't know, it's a mixture of Mexican and lots of others. The majority of everything has stain on it.
It's alright actually once you get used to all
Yeah,
the cockroaches.
this morning I felt alright. We're just last night going to sleep, I was a bit scared. Because when I discovered the mice droppings all over the carpet.
Yeah, but
and
now we're
up in
away
it
from the
all.
wall. We're alright.
Yeah, you see the wall were a bit scary.
That's why we moved it into the middle of the room.
That's the toilet. A lot of us are kind of scared. You have to sit down on it just in case you get a lot of cockroach crawling up your arm.
we had a cockroach in here last night.
The majority of last night was spent just swatting all the mosquitoes and bloody cockroaches.
11 cockroaches.
This is our beautiful kitchen. We don't actually have any cutlery at the moment. But we've got a knife, which could be handy.
This morning we came in and like, there's just doing that, you can see like cockroaches underneath. So I think, which one should we lift up? The small one?
The small one.
This one. There's actually a mop on there now. This one.
Gone then.
Nothing?
That's just filled up with a little bit.
Yeah, bit of rag there.
This was breakfast, and it's half eaten, which is nice. But we got 2 boxes of them and some milk.
They also said that if we ever happen to just be going through the long grass, you got to be careful of the snakes, like the marsh snakes, because they're kind of poisonous.
It's not goulash. There's the clue. I don't know what it is. It stinks like egg though. I don't know. It stinks wrong. It does stink wrong. But I'm sure it's very nice. And if I lived in Louisiana, I'm sure I'd eat it all the time.
Like, rather than just one big room, it's like you have to sort out when the girls get dressed, we have to
We have to go out or stand in here when they're getting changed. There's a little hole there for anybody that feels like having a little peek. No one's had a little peek, but
We have to come in here if we get changed.
yeah.
Or sometimes I just go in there and just do it. Not too worried.
And it's a bit brown. And look, there's something growing in there. Can you see it? Like a, what do you call them? Chrysalis things. And that's it.
These chairs here, you can sit down on the chair and just watch people having a shower. I think that's a pretty good idea, that. It's like...
You just make sure you get behind your ear, please.
and sat on the bog as well.
The Frogmore Plantation is an 1,800-acre fully working cotton plantation. It has 18 restored slave dwellings which date from the early 1800s. Today, with a fully mechanised and computerised system, it can process 900 bales per day of cotton.
It doesn't seem to be squashing it down much, though.
Well, it's got to get compressed. She wants to get so much in there, he's going to pack it down. See, it's light now.
Right.
Ain't no load. But he got 2 loads in there right now. 2 of those little cotton pickers. See, I can put 3 loads in it to be that high, but it still smash it down.
Are you an inmate?
So, this is like a nice little thing for me to get out.
Yeah. So, is this like your only chance to get out of the prison?
Huh?
Is this like your only chance to get out of the prison?
Work release. It's a work release program.
Sorry?
It's a work release program?
Yeah. So do you get paid?
Yeah.
Is it good? Good pay or not?
They take half of the prison and they put half of your savings account.
All right. So you only get it when you get out?
Yeah, when you go home, you release, you have some money to go home to. You're going to be broke when you go home.
Well, how long have you got left?
9 months.
9 months?
9 more months left.
How long have you been in for?
Almost 2 years.
What did you do? What did you do?
What did I do?
And you get that long for that? And you get that long a time for that? Whoa. That's quite strict.
3 years for possession of marijuana.
Each producer has his own row, and if he has 2 farms, some of them have 3 and 4 farms, we have to separate it because sometimes there's a landlord involved, and the landlord gets a portion of this cotton, so we never want to confuse one farmer's cotton with another farmer's cotton, or even within his own farms himself.
Right.
The modules have to stay dry. That's the reason you see these little ditches in between each row here, because if we get a heavy rainfall, the bottom of the module cannot get wet because it's put directly on the ground.
Just got my ticket, please.
That's your module number.
14.
14.
You've got the other ones. Or you got
I've got Jeff Cradles. He's got
2.
14. Okay. We'll let you do it this time.
Yeah.
These tickets are water resistant as well because, of course, after a rainfall, they would fade and run if they weren't.
You good? Oh,
Okay, throw that with that one, and then we'll staple it together when we get back. Okay?
All right.
Right, and then this is just about it. Do we have to do anything else after you've done all this?
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let me see what it said now.
I'm Sean.
I'm Powell.
Pals.
Right.
Okay, thanks. Nice to meet you.
It's like driving a double-decker bus. The machine here can harvest more cotton in 1 hour than 10 manual workers in a week. After harvesting the cotton, it's compressed into long modules before it goes to the gin, where it's cleaned up and ready for export.
So not doing this right. Well, I have to use these levers to pack the cotton down so that more can fit in one load, so it's all compacted. Well, they used to have Mexicans because it was cheap labour, but now they get prison inmates because it's even cheaper labour. And they have, they pay them, and half of their pay goes to the prison to pay for their food and stuff, and half of it goes to them in a savings account so that when they get out, they've got some money. So, but he was saying, like, the only people around here that get to come out of the prison have done minor offences, so it's alright, I'm safe.
So how long have you been doing this?
Off and on about 10 years.
10 years?
About 10 years.
What, have you just been doing this job, or have you been doing different ones?
No, I used to work heavy equipment, like around those caterpillars, you know, caterpillar,
Yeah?
big yellow thing that push dirt.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do.
So when we get to the end, he's going to turn it round and he's going to give me a chance to drive it back. Hey, this is gonna be
But
fun.
just moving forward. As long as you want it. You can use both of your hands now. Take it off the stick if you want.
The ginning process is where the cotton is cleaned of its seeds and any other remnants from the harvesting process.
We have the module truck that brings the module in. You see that he's unloading it from the feeder. They'll have someone in a few minutes who'll take the tarp off.
What time's dinner time?
What?
Is that what time's dinner time?
What time is dinner time?
Yeah.
Lunchtime?
Oh, sorry.
We don't have lunchtime here. They don't stop. They eat as they work. So if you get to work in here, you don't get to eat much.
I lost control of it and it went off a bit. So he's just putting it back on track now.
Watch me. Watch me. Watch how I do it. You don't have to turn your wheel.
You have to really keep it in level, because if you go off just a bit, then you can go across the whole crop and just ruin all the cotton. You have to keep it really central, really hard, because like you keep on moving it, and just a slight touch more than that way, then you go that way. So it's a bit hard, as you can see from previous.
Buddy and Lynette Tanner, the owners of Frogmore, have prison labour harvesting this year's crop. The Tanners pay a wage to each man, a portion of which goes to the state government to pay for that inmate's keep, whilst the money they earn and the trade they learn will set them up for a smoother transition when they leave prison. Over 80% of inmates in the Louisiana prisons are black men. Their situation has had quite an impact on Lucy.
But they just seem like they've got so much to say, but no one's there to. I don't know. It's just really upsetting because it's like they don't do that. Like one mistake, and they're just kept in prison for just like years and just wasting their life. In a way, they've done something wrong, and this is their way of, repaying society, or saying sorry for what they've done, but it's just so bad the way they're just like kept in a cell and just like all their human rights are just taken away from them, and even their family don't see them for years, and it's bad. And talking to them, you just realise how normal they are, because like people don't get a chance to talk to them and like find out that they're just human. Not nice. Sexy.
Always remember, if you feel yourself getting off your road, you always can pull that stick back and slow it down.
All right.
One of the hardest things to get right when you first start to live on your own is shopping. But it's for a whole group on a tight budget. Where do you start?
We are stopping. We have $100 to spend on food for the next 10 days.
Should we go then?
Just stand up in $100.
Right, wait. Do we want any like pastry stuff?
We've got pasta.
We've
got pasta.
We need some saucy things
Yeah,
to go on
we
it
need some of
though.
these. That bag.
Hang on, how much are they first?
Good point.
The boys seem happy to let the girls take the lead. They might regret that when the hunger pangs set in.
Are we getting some bananas?
Yeah.
Green ones so they stay
50
mature.
cents.
Yeah.
But can we get 2 lots then?
Money savers, that's what we want.
Money savers.
Where?
10. We need sandwich fillings.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Pop-Tarts. I didn't do in years.
I've
had Pop-Tarts in a while.
Yeah, let's have Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Oh, you wait, we haven't got a Pop-Tart.
Oz has been assigned the job of tallying all of the prices, but he seems to be increasingly frustrated with the haphazard way of shopping. But who put Sasha and Rachel in charge anyway?
Well, I'm looking to write down the prices, but nobody's listening to me, so I'm not writing it down anymore. One of you can do it.
Alright
Right.
then.
Tell me the price, right? We're gonna go. We've got like.
Come on, let's carry on going.
See, this is why men don't shop.
Adam is taking responsibility for the tally. Brave boy.
Them ding-dongs look real.
Hostess ding-dongs.
What I mean?
The cake's there. Alright then.
Good, your cake.
The team seem to be stocking up for a party and not for supplies for breakfast, lunch and dinner for the week ahead.
Is that $5 is that? Vanilla?
Vanilla, I like vanilla.
Do we really need 12 bottles of...
They came for 2 for $5 though.
Oh, that's alright.
Which are we getting, them or them? They're $1 cheaper than them. But I reckon
Get the
we
cheap
can-
ones then.
Yeah.
No, they're more expensive.
Oh, right.
No, the way around, yeah. Pick it everything.
There's a limit to what they can spend. This might prove embarrassing.
73. 75.
Oh my God, don't pass out.
24.
Well, we're going to put back again. We're going stuff.
We spent too much.
We're $15 over.
We're $15 over. Right, what's coming out then?
That one?
Yeah, get it out. Yeah, get rid of them then. And look, no.
Toothpaste.
Yeah, chocolate
Yeah,
milk.
those are Nesquik.
Has anyone got $2?
Yeah.
I'll get back to you.
I reckon we should get a discount on that $1 fake half because we spent over $100.
Yeah. No. That was a well chicken bread. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So it's, what's off then? And that. Right, put the next bit back in the bag then.
Keep the Nesquik.
Keep the Nesquik, but I have to smell for 10 days.
Just keep getting in the shower.
Thank you. Have a nice day. And you. trainer.
It wasn't like that when we went out, was it?
There's an atmosphere at the bunkhouse. Oz is still upset about being ignored at the supermarket, but the girls don't want to broach the subject. Could be handbags at dawn at this rate.
I'm not asking him. I'm not asking him. I'm
not asking him.
They've worked all over the world in the most stressful of situations, but it's something simple like shopping which has caused the group's first major rift.
It's safe to leave them out there.
Yeah, but if you leave them in the fridge, then they go off.
I think I may have rice and cereal, possibly. Oh. Bananas and rice?
I'm alright. I'm alright. Oh, there's no point. I tried to discuss it with him outside and he said, I don't understand, I'm not telling you. Well, moody. It was just a joke. It was all in fun and he got well stressed over nothing. No, I'm not going to bother asking him. I don't want to tell people and he wants to sit there and keep his mouth shut and that's his problem.
I don't know what, but...
Okay.
Football.
And the apples too.
Apologise for what? I didn't do anything. I'm not apologising because I did nothing wrong. It was all in fun and everyone was doing the exact same thing and Ozzy just got stressed. I know. Do you mean at the end of the day, I don't see what the problem is and if he doesn't want to tell me, when I asked him he didn't want to tell me, but he don't want to tell me, that's up to him.
It's amazing how quickly they've split into boys and girls when one of their kind is threatened.
This isn't my fault. I'm not taking the blame for him getting the on over shopping. Do you know what I mean? If no one listens to me, I'm not doing it. How charged is that?
No, but the thing is, we're uncle today. And he were uncle because it's going to end and he wants to go home, he said to me. And he said, and I were bored and I were hungry and it was just all too much.
I think he just needs some space.
Yeah, but still, if he's got the don't take it out on everyone else. It's just being.
You've got a laugh, haven't you, really?
Well, I think it's thick. It's well pathetic.
Because you're only having a laugh.
It's shocking, do you know what I mean? Oh, God's sake.
It's not a big deal.
It's not. No, they're going to go and play tennis now.
No, but you should talk.
Oh, I tried to talk to him out ear loose, didn't I? I said, Ozzy, what's the matter? And he said, well, don't know. I'm not telling you. And I was like, well, I don't understand. How am I supposed to try and sort it out?
Convicts, cotton and cabin fever are set to make Louisiana the hottest place they've ever stayed.